Got an appointment today for my client out in Alabama. I spoke with a property manager of a pretty large apartment complex. They're looking at getting repairs done pretty urgently, so we're going to be going out early next week.
So I got my fourth one on the month for my Albany IT client today. I spoke with the head of operations for an engineering firm out in Albany. He said that they do use a company. They got an in-house guy as well. They were working on some compliance-related things right now for the government, but he was open to seeing what we could do for them down the road. So I got a virtual set up for the first week of next month. So it's about 170 employees, pretty large operation. Excited to see where it goes.
Got a pretty good one for my partner down in Columbia, South Carolina. Non-profit with a CFO that I've been talking to off and on for the past couple months. Has a provider currently coming up for renewal on contract. I know who that provider is. Really likes the fact that we have experience working and supporting organizations like him in the area. It's about 45 users, one headquartered location, bunch of staff remote, so it's right in our wheelhouse. It should be a great conversation.
Yeah, I was able to get another appointment for my IT client, Young Technology. It's 250 users, 4 locations, looking at getting away from their current provider. They got bought out, and so they were looking for a more local provider that could kind of handle all their issues. Hopefully it'll be a pretty good one for my IT client.
Teddy getting us rolling this morning with a huge RDX appointment.
Just got off the phone, set an appointment with our janitorial client in Salt Lake City. They have 4 locations. Guy just took over as their new maintenance manager, and they're actively looking for some bids because their current provider's been dropping the ball, so it should be a good appointment next week.
And got Emma back today, so we got a full team for the first time in a little since last Tuesday. That's nice, and we're gonna have a big afternoon.
I'll call my shot in San Antonio.
I got an appointment today for my Phoenix HVAC client. It was a hotel, 250,000 square feet. Their maintenance agreement is up at the beginning of next year, so they were looking to get a couple additional bids before the end of this year to compare their rates. So we're headed out there next Tuesday.
I do have a lot of lead weights with follow-up dates for today, so I think I'm going to be getting one for my IT client out in Omaha, and I'm also just going to call my shot for my IT client out in San Jose.
I'm also going to call my shot on my San Jose and Portland IT clients. Kind of feeling like I'm going to get something for both of those. Also, I was going to say, Miles did entrust our boy Brett over there to get something for our Anaheim IT clients.
Hodge doing, I think we're, what, two appointments today. I think Aaron got one.
Yeah, I ended up getting one today. I got one from my client in Denver. This should be a pretty good one. I mean, they had about 60 users looking to see what they can offer. So.
Yeah, I got one from a Chicago IT client today. I originally spoke with the business operations analyst back in June. Said they were going to look to reevaluate in about 6 months, wanted me to follow up around this time. Spoke with him again today. Got an appointment in the middle of next month, 55 users, 1 server, 1 location. Should be a good one.
Nothing yet today, but calling my shot in Appleton. I just spoke with someone. Wanted me to send them an email because they're taking quotes right now, so hopefully I'll get an email after.
We're doing pretty good. I think I got 2, March has 2, I think Ben also has 2. Danny probably gonna end the day on a high note with a pot of wipes, so we're just waiting on him. I know he's got it in him though, but I got one from an email from my client in Houston, one that kind of left off last week with, had to go through some emails, get in touch with the right people, but got it set up with a construction company. Not too sure about much of the details since a lot of it was done through email, but LinkedIn, Zoom info showed me around like 80, 90 employees. Got that set up for early next week, and then I had another appointment with a nonprofit in Columbus, 150 users. Don't have any big initiatives as they recently started doing their risk assessment, but they are going to be probably needing some things after that. So we got that set up for 2 weeks from now in October. But yeah, both pretty good opportunities. Marge, I know, got the day started for us, so.
Yeah, I set 2 for my roofing client in Miami. One was with an apartment complex. They haven't had anybody out in a while, and they're looking for some preventative maintenance work. And then there's another one, another apartment complex. Some of the units were leaking. and then they're also looking to re-roof one of the buildings.
Got 2 today for my roofing client in Dayton, Ohio. One was a 100,000 square foot manufacturing building that's having active leaks. The other is with a linen company. Spoke with the VP of operations, and he wants us to come by and give inspections to 6 locations he has around Dayton. So pretty good ones.
I got an IT appointment for a guy in North Carolina. It's with the medical office. They have a couple different locations. About 60 employees, 90-ish, somewhere around there, devices. So they're currently working with the company now, kind of exploring their options, seeing what's out there. We're local to them too, so it should be a pretty good conversation set for next week.
I got one with the mausoleum. We're going out to take a look. They got some active issues going. We're going to try and do some repairs for them in Vegas.
Yeah, I got a proposal last Friday out. It was a preventative maintenance plan. It was 1,450 quarterly recurring. Yeah.
Jared got his first appointment late Friday afternoon.
This is from my California client. Call was like 12 minutes long. We went through the whole thing. But yeah, it's good to get that monkey off my back. I've actually ended up booking it with the facilities director, which is hilarious, but he knew a lot about just the situation behind the company's transition, their acquisition, and I think it'll be a good appointment coming up in a couple days here.
Buzzing over here today, doing pretty good. I had a 3-banger already. One for roofer in Pennsylvania. It's a 100,000 square foot facility. They need a whole re-roof project. One was for Logan's guy in OKC. That one was another like 90,000 square foot building. They have repairs needed kind of spread throughout the whole building, going out there first week of October. And then, what was my other one I got? No, I already said that. What was the other one? Koala. That one was a banger. That was a 500,000 square foot facility. They're looking to do a re-roof for the whole thing. So maybe we'll win at least a section of it out, if not the whole thing. Should be a really, really good meeting though. And then also just had a good partner meeting with his client in Portland. Closed a small deal for a service agreement for like $2K. Got a verbal for $150K. And is continuing to kill it.
I have one for my Portland client he's talking about. A pretty good opportunity, a 20,000 plus square foot facility, 40-year-old plus roof that hasn't had anything done to it since it's been built. So he said, good luck walking on the roof, be careful. That's how bad it is. So it's looking like a potential re-roof job. Excited for that one.
Got a couple of inbounds right before I left around 6 o'clock on Friday that were really good opportunities. One of them that stood out, it's roofer in Seattle. I've spoken with the CEO of a senior living company. He owns 6 different properties. He had me talk to his, what he considers second-hand man. And they have a 30,000 square foot facility, 30 years old, that they're replacing it. They're doing a full tear off of Torchdown, making it TPO. They're needing a bid for that.
Had a couple good conversations, a little warm lead, but my Lexington client is pretty close to a closed deal here.
Been pretty busy this morning. Lots of clients, meeting with clients, partner meetings, lots of happy conversations, a lot of promising conversations. Look like we've got some big deals coming through for our partners. Super stoked about it. I'm just now getting dialing on the phones now. I'm going to call my shot in Canada today for my Canadian client. I got a bunch of warm leads to follow up on, so it should be good stuff.
You know, just doing a productive morning of housekeeping and stuff like that, but I guess I'll call my shot in Green Bay.
You got 2 on the board today. I had one from Friday after work that I just added to the board, so technically 3 on the board. But yeah, I got one for my Pulaski Roofing to get them to green, one for Fargo, so I just need one more for them to get them to green, and another one for my FBC Roofing. So they're about to have 10 appointments in the month, so excited about that. Schaefer, who are you calling your shot for?
I'm calling my shot for JC's Tech, IT.
Just one? All right, Brendan, tell us about it. I called a previous appointment that was scheduled back in January, and picked up. He was on a call. I had to call him back, and had a good conversation. Talked about pricing. Talked about what we do. Sadly, he said he was pretty busy for the next coming weeks, so had to schedule it out fairly far in October at the 7th. But it's with roofing. Things I like, second time appointment, kind of knows what we're doing.
talked about pricing, was expecting the invite. It's all good stuff. I think, the more we can push for 48-hour appointments, those are the ones that are going to show. If you have to book far out, I've done it from time to time. It's fine, but he's not going to remember. You're going to have to call him back. So you might as well either shoot for 48 hours or don't.
Historically, they don't show up.
Yeah.
Because they forget. Yeah. Especially roofing contractors or any sort of commercial contractor. They are always on the move. 2 weeks from now, we don't even know what our schedule will be like. Things change. That's pretty far out. I could probably tell you how my schedule is going to look over the next 2-3 days, 4 or 5 days tops, right? But that's why we try to keep them condensed down. The longer out, it's just the less likely they show.
48 hours, getting them to accept the invite, making sure it's with a C level, going over pricing. Those are all show rate indicators, but also just selling the meeting, using a case study, talking about the success that we've had for our other clients. That's why I'm calling you, right? Getting them interested in the meeting is the number one thing that will get people to show up. And if you do the auxiliary things too, the closer you are to a deal, right? And we have to clean up some of those things. So it's good to be on the board, but we need to tighten it up and start getting 3+ a day. Sam's a little light.
And the other thing I would say is, please try to book times that are open, right? I know we double book a lot, but that's supposed to be like as a backup if the schedule's full, especially if it's 2 weeks out and there's only one meeting. Like, look at the calendar, because like that one is fine. The other one's not accepted either because it was set really far out. But we've got nothing else on that entire day, but there are two at the same time. It's not a huge deal. Like, we'll make it work, but get you in the habit of picking times. It also subconsciously lets them know that we're busy too. Sorry, I can't do that time. He's already got a meeting, right? But that's the only other thing I can give feedback for that one. Company that reached out to me because of somebody that I pitched didn't sign up, referred me to. So working to get the CEO, COO, and another lady we're on. It was last Friday. It was a good call. That's probably the warmest. Had like 3 emails come in on Friday, people that are pushing out a couple of months. So, we're laying the groundwork for the months to come. Outside of that, I had somebody else that reached back out to me and apologized for going radio silence on me like a year ago or whenever. Yeah, 6 months, 8 months, whatever it was. And he's interested again. Like, sorry, market's not there. So trying to work out something else, but there's not too much close by. So challenges of, waiting too long to sign up. The market's not there. Don't know if we can get a deal done.
Here you can see on our map where we have our clients. They can see it too, right? And so when we call and say we're only looking for one to work with, we mean it. Some guys miss out and they've got buyer's remorse later, or I guess lack thereof. But cool.
Before we break, introduce yourself.
How we doing? My name's Kyle. I'm brand new to the team here, first day, so excited and ready to join the energy here and see what I can bring to the team.
Love it. How'd you find us?
I actually got a message from Trey on Indeed, so
the
he reached out to me.
Old-fashioned way.
They found me, and I was like, you know what? It sounds like an interesting opportunity, so see what we got going, and here I am.
All right, that means Trey's doing his job.
Yeah, you got it. We'll keep him on for now.
Yeah, all right. Good deal.
What were you doing before you joined here? I was doing door-to-door roofing sales with insurance companies. So.
Oh, yeah. Love that.
We love that. You got it.
Love that. You're in the right place.
Not afraid of rejection.
No, not afraid of rejection. Not afraid to pound the pavement and do whatever it takes to get that job done. I hear that.
That's awesome. Well, we'll teach you how to get a hold of those same people you were door knocking just through the phone, so you can talk to a whole lot more in the same day.
Hey, that sounds like a plan to me.
Had a meeting this morning with one of our IT clients. Showed him the first draft of his website, and he liked it. So things are looking good there.
Yeah, I was on the call with Anil. Everything went pretty well. This morning I've been doing a lot of social media for my clients, and I just actually finished that up. So I will be switching over to returning to working on the templates.
I'll be greeting the partner this afternoon, and then I got a post out about the daily recap from Friday, as well as a Why You Should Work Here post from Roger. And then I'm doing another one for Christian for a deal that him and his client closed. I feel like I'm missing something, but that's kind of what I've been doing. And then I'll be doing the 10 out of 10 shout-outs, I'm sure, but that's about it.
This morning I spent some time just organizing some of my files and desk so I could get organized. I have the client, we've gone back and forth for his visit in November, so I'm booking those reservations, but I'm waiting for some information. I was on the phone with Ryobi because I had to file a warranty claim on some stuff that we have. The HVAC guy is here. Swag closet, I have to go back in this afternoon. I had to finish a few things, so I think that's it for now.
I'm working on ticket allocations for the Blues games that are coming up. Celebrating fall today, it's the first day. And just getting ready for payroll processing, working for September's payroll, and working through HSA accounts.
Wrapped up the radar chart for dashboard on Friday and have been working on the table chart view. Pretty close to done on that one, so I'll be going on to getting the funnel chart next and then the scatter chart.
Got the calls to be logged, but now after you make a call, it'll show you to log the call. But right now I'm working on being able to look up a contact from that call log page, or connecting it to like an appointment or one revenue, and just working on that.
Yeah, so this is the last full week of the month, so my week is pretty booked up. I have multiple wrap-up calls with clients to show them our partner portal. Specifically today, I've already done a Balto Bills kickoff call. After lunch, I'll be working on payroll until 3:30 to get it all set up, and I have payroll scheduled for tomorrow morning to get me all set up because me and our dear HR director, Laura, and I are going to be meeting on Thursday, so I'm going to get that all set up. This afternoon, I also have another Balto build, and yeah, I am just going to be slammed. My calendar is booked all week, so. Yeah!
Okay. I got one this afternoon from my IT client in Pennsylvania. It's with a medical facility. They have 2 locations, just over 100 users, and a couple of physical servers. Wasn't exactly sure how many, but they may be in a contract until sometime next year. She wasn't exactly sure, but we got that set up for next Tuesday.
Got one for my roofer out in Oakland. Super exciting opportunity. It was an inbound from one of the regional maintenance managers at a property management company I reached out to. The inbound, since I originally talked to him, it's been about 2 months, so said that he was going to save my info. Just now used it. They just acquired a new commercial property that they are looking to get an assessment done on, and then they have another property where they're looking to quote repairs and re-roof, see what the plan is.
I got an appointment today for my HVAC client out in LA. I spoke to the maintenance director at an assisted living facility. He has a preventive maintenance agreement in place, but he had some cooling towers that he needed some work done on. So we're headed out there next Tuesday to give him a quote for repairs.
Got an appointment for my client out in Florida. It is with a trucking company. Scheduled it for this Friday. She didn't have a whole lot of time to tell me the specifics of the company, but it sounded urgent. She sounded like she really wanted to talk to us about what we bring to the table as far as IT services go. So I got that one set up for Friday. Should be a good one.